Of course, the Duke and Duchess of Duplicity claim they are only motivated by altruism. But what do you think? Do you believe Harry and Meghan are motivated by money or humanitarian causes? Email me, Dan at gbnews.uk. Vote in our poll at GBNews. The results shortly, but to help you make up your mind, I'm joined by Mail on Sunday editor-at-large and all-round royal expert Charlotte Griffiths, former Apprentice contestant and social commentator Amy Ansell, and the late Princess Diana's former dress designer David Emanuel. So, David, for you, humanitarian causes or money? What's
money, no question. Come on, let's not be naive here. For goodness sake, for a prince who left the family, went abroad to America, right, and wanted peace and quiet, has not stopped working. Not so. Of course, it's money. I mean, it's a lavish lifestyle, a huge house in Montecito, and you've got to pay for that. Now, if I remember correctly, Dan, wasn't it his first gig in America was to do a big speech for one of the big banks?
Oh, yeah. JP Morgan, wasn't it?
Mental health, of which, conservatively, they said he's been paid over $1 million. Now, he has not stopped working. Moving on from that, what do we have? He did a big contract with Netflix, Oprah Winfrey, and then if that wasn't enough, I mean, they must have made shedfuls of money from that. Then we have the book. And then what else is coming? You know, I mean, it's just... I mean, the reason for leaving the royal family is, as you know, members of the royal family can't do commercial work. Perfect opportunity. They're not a working members of the royal family anymore, so they can do what the heck they like. So I'm not surprised they're signing up. Look, they've already sold their souls. It's hideous, it's bad taste, and it's very American.
Yes, that's for sure. Amy Ansell, you totally disagree with that, right? Why?
Well, listen, Dan, if they both did not have extensive track records in the humanitarian realm,
Meghan,
I wouldn't. Well, she has over the years committed to several charities, and Harry has grown up as a humanitarian. He's clearly inspired by his late mother, his father, his grandparents, and this is his world. He knows charity so well. And what's wrong with bringing attention via their fame and celebrity to these great charities and raising so much money? They've already raised millions through the Archwell Foundation.
They've raised a lot more money for themselves, haven't they? I mean, look, Charlotte Griffiths, you have obviously covered Harry and Meghan for a very long time, so you know what their motivation is. I guess what Amy's saying is fair enough about Harry in his past, but he's changed, hasn't he? He's sold out to Hollywood now. It's not about humanitarian causes now, is it?
I have to say, I think I agree. I mean, the thing he'll be most annoyed about is that South Park hasn't given him any royalties for mentioning his name in their episode. They are going to be sending a check from Montecito to the South Park boys wanting their dollar. And the thing is about Harry moving to Montecito and making friends with Ellen DeGeneres and all these people is that actually I think he's got caught up in that sort of rich celebrity lifestyle. And a funny thing about his $14 million mansion is it's not actually the biggest, poshest mansion on the block. In fact, it's one of the less good ones. And he's downsizing. So there might be a bit of keeping up with the Joneses going on. And in fact, Ellen is his neighbour. And that is it's through Ellen that he met, we think, this fixer, Adam Lilling.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? David
He's networking the whole time.
Well, yeah.
Sorry.
But what's wrong with that?
But okay,
he's being schooled by Meghan. Meghan's taught him how to do this.
But it's not working, though, isn't it? That's the key point, David, because you look at that South Park clip,
It's
and this is humiliating.
It's funny, but it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is, but this is a liberal comedy. South
Sure.
Park, I mean, they poke fun at everyone, I know that, but this is still a fundamentally left-wing liberal comedy, and they're totally taking the mickey out of Harry and Meghan. They're a laughing stock, they're a joke in America.
One
now.
thing, Harry Windsor thinks he's Harry Styles, right? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Harry Styles has a sense of humour, which Harry Windsor doesn't have anymore.
None at all. Exactly.
That's very true, actually, Amy.
But listen, can I just say that Archwell Inc. was set up with a non-profit leg and also for profit. So clearly they have bills to pay. So they're going to do work that's commercial.
How much money from the book sale?
I know exactly how much.
From the book sale did he give?
So 1.6 million to 2 charities, 1.3 million to Sente Bali, and 300,000 to Well Child. But it doesn't matter. It's still something. Do you think poor or impoverished people are saying, "Oh, you're only giving us X, only giving us 300,000"? They're grateful. So what's wrong with them doing both profitable and
worse? He's embarrassing the entire country. He's embarrassed his family. Now we've got this thing. You know.
He's not in the U.S. representing the royal family really anymore. That's from the past.
Don't come over. Don't come over for the coronation.
But Charlotte,
okay, you let him know that.
Indeed, and actually, that's a really pertinent point because Charlotte, obviously, your newspaper at the weekend broke the exclusive that the royal family are expecting both Harry and Meghan to be in attendance. But actually, this is a bad look for the royal family now, isn't it?
They're giving in.
Yeah.
Giving in.
I think it's a worse look not to invite them. I think Charles has no choice but to invite them because he can't be seen to be pushing his son out into the cold.
You know, I hope he's been advised.
They are dragging their drama over the pond with them.
Can I just say one thing very quickly, Dan? I hope that he gets searched before he arrives on this land. Because he could be wired up for Netflix. Let's be honest. Because whatever is said, he will take back and give it to Netflix and do more stories.
Well, that's actually a really interesting point.
That the royal family only plan to talk to him about the weather because they don't dare talk to him about anything else.
I wonder why.
Yeah, and I think that's very sensible because, Charlotte, look, there's obviously no proof that Meghan and Harry have recorded private conversations in the past, but I have been informed by my royal sources that senior members of the royal family have been acutely conscious and acutely aware that any private conversation that they have with Harry and Meghan now will not necessarily stay private, including, by the way, electronic communications. And we saw that, didn't we, in the publication of the book and even the Netflix series too.
He should be strip searched.
Yes, of all people, Harry revealed a text message exchange between Meghan and Kate. And Major Johnny, do you remember Major Johnny, who looks after Prince Charles? He has been tasked in the past with sitting very close to them at royal events, just to make sure that they're not recording anything, they're not leaking anything. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Major Johnny around a lot at the coronation if they do go.
Fascinating, but I mean, what a tragic state of affairs.
But I think it will look worse, Dan. It'll look worse if they're not there. If people look back in history and they're not
Personally, I disagree. I have to say I'm with David on this one. I do understand your points, Charlotte and Amy, but my feeling on this is that if Harry and Meghan are here, they will overshadow the coronation.
It'll turn into the Harry and Meghan show.
And I understand that Prince William is very concerned that they're going to plan some sort of stunt, and I believe they will do that. But look, what a fascinating discussion. Thank you so much, the Mail on Sunday's editor-at-large, Charlotte Griffiths, the social commentator, Amy Ansell, and Princess Diana's close friend, the fashion designer, David Emanuel.